Hi, I'm Maya from Priority Software. In this video, I'll show you how to easily transition to a new fiscal year. To do so, there are 3 types of actions that you must take. Actions that can be carried out at any time, generally towards the end of the fiscal year. Actions that must be carried out on the last working day of the fiscal year. And actions that must be carried out on the first working day of the new year, before users can work with the system. I'll begin with the actions that should be performed towards the end of the current fiscal year. Make sure to get them done by the end of December. First, let's open the Define Fiscal Years form to define a new fiscal year. To do so, navigate to an empty line and record the upcoming fiscal year. In this example, I'll enter 2020, and then specify the start date and end date of the new year. When exiting this record, a prefix is generated automatically for all journal entries recorded in the new fiscal year. If you prefer a different prefix, you can change it at this point. In the fiscal year's sublevel form, 12 fiscal periods will open automatically, one for each calendar month of the new fiscal year. These periods are not open yet, and no entries can be recorded for them. Next, you must open new document numbers. Document numbers are defined in the system on a yearly basis and include a prefix indicating the relevant fiscal year. To open new document numbers, run the Open Numeration Templates program for the upcoming fiscal year. You can use the same document number prefixes that were defined manually for the previous year for the upcoming year, while automatically switching the 2 digits that represent the year by flagging the base prefix on Prev column. So, if you had been using the prefix AB19 for a particular document type in 2019, the system would assign the prefix AB20 to documents opened in 2020. Do not flag this column if the numeration template for the current fiscal year was defined automatically. You can view all numeration templates and make changes to them in the Document Numeration Templates form. Let's retrieve all templates defined for the year 2020. As you can see, the prefix assigned by default includes an alphabetic identifier for each document type, as well as a numeric indicator of the year in question. The prefix may also include additional characters, which serve as a branch identifier. You can customize the numeration template, but we recommend that you leave it as is. If you decide to change the prefix, be careful not to assign a prefix that is too long, as that will limit the number of documents that can be generated. You must also make sure not to assign the same prefix for more than one type of document, and ensure that the column width defined for each document isn't too long or too short. Once a type of document is opened according to the new template, you will not be able to change its numeration template. Some actions must be performed on the last working day of the fiscal year. First, make sure to finalize deposit slips for all deposits that you intend to make by end of business day. Then, enter the cashier's form and close all cashiers by recording today's date as the closing date. Next, run the cashier balance report in order to obtain balances for all cashiers as of December 31st. Now, return to the cashier's form and check the account balance recorded for each cashier. Compare this balance to the cashier balance listed in the report and to the actual physical contents of your cashiers. All 3 balances should match up. If you spot any discrepancies, these should be investigated and corrected. We strongly recommend that you keep a copy of the cashier balance report for year-end auditing purposes. To save a digital copy, activate the report once again, but this time click Saved to save the report that you just ran, or more, to block deletion of this report so that it will always be available in the list of saved reports in the system. In addition to the cashier balance report, there are other important year-end reports that can only be run for the current date, and therefore should be run on the last working day of the year. These include the various unbilled shipment reports in the Unbilled Shipment S-Call Reports menu, as well as the Unbilled GRVs report. Dual currency users should also run the post-dated checks held in bank report. Finally, let's review the actions that need to be taken on the first working day of any new year. First, open the default accounts form and make sure that an account is linked to the line for prior retained earnings. This is essential for transferring balances from one year to the next. Then, run the Transfer Opening Balances program for the new fiscal year. This program updates opening balances for the new year based on the closing balances recorded for the previous year. The program does not record any journal entries, so running it before beginning to work in the system is not a problem, even if balances for the previous year are not yet final. In order to record entries for the beginning of the year, you will have to run the Open Fiscal Period program for any period in which you want entries to be recorded. You can open all periods now, or, for better control, you can open them gradually over the course of a year, which can help prevent users from accidentally recording entries for a future date. As this is a multi-year system, you can continue to work in the previous year, in our example 2019, even after you're done working in the new one, as long as the fiscal period in question has not been closed. Whenever entries are added for the previous year, you can record them for the proper dates and then rerun the Transfer Opening Balances program for the new year. Once you finalize all closing balances, we recommend that you prevent further entries for the previous year by running the Close Fiscal Period program. As a result, only authorized users can continue to record entries for the closed period. This authorization is defined in the Users Authorized for Closed Program form, a sublevel of the Fiscal Periods form. This concludes our demonstration of the transition to a new fiscal year. Priority wishes you a happy and successful new year.